Hi everyone, time for your August 2024 Greater Houston Housing Market Update. So what's going on? Single family home sales rose 1.8% year over year. So July 2024, woohoo, 1.8% better than July of 2023. Days on market ticked up just a tad from 42 days to 44. So in essence, about the same days on market as last summer, July to July. Total property sales were down 2.1%. Okay, here's the cool thing though. Total dollar volume increased 4.4% to $3.8 billion. Okay, so what does that mean? The next bullet point will tell you what it means. The single family average price rose 4.7% to a record high, all-time record high, single family home in Houston, Texas, $445,440. So about $445,500 is your average sales price home, single family home in the greater Houston housing market. So a tad bit less volume of sales, but more volume, which jibes with that stat. Homes are selling for more than they were last summer. Everybody saw it crash this and that, and we're not seeing it, okay? So rates have been coming down a little bit. Inflation seems to be the nasty thing. Employment kind of affects it too. So the Fed gave some great indications last week about hopefully at the next meeting they're gonna drop either 25 or 50 basis points to the Fed funds rate, which the 10-year Treasury kind of follows in suit and lowers, which is where mortgage rates come from, and kind of they look to be usually about 2.25 points higher than the 10-year Treasury. So with those kind of indicators coming out. And honestly, I'm not one of these agents that say, oh, it's an election year, everybody's just gonna keep their powder dry. And this one, I'm feeling it a little bit more than the others. This is my 5th presidential election. You always have to have a roof over your head. So I don't put too much into that, but this one just seems a little bit dicier, especially with the inflation is really kind of grocery prices, energy prices. But homes are still selling for record highs. Now, July, that's the highest number I've ever seen. So yeah, single family homes, months of inventory, 4.3 months supply as opposed to 3.1 months supply last July. So about 30% more homes on the market. So it's balancing out. It feels like it's a healthier market. There are some multiple offers here and there, just enough to keep us on our toes. So when I have listings, I'm like, is this listing going to get 5 or 10 showings in the first week or 2? So it's kind of hit or miss, but there's activity out there. So if you need to buy or sell, and that's what's best for your family, I suggest doing it and not trying to read the tea leaves about if this person's elected or this person's elected. You need a roof over your head, what's best for your family. That's the way I'd factor. If it was me, that's the way I would be thinking. So anyway, thank you so much guys for watching this update, and I will catch you next month. Later.